Are you a captain of your ship, or are you a boat aimlessly drifting wherever wind takes you and you think that's the best way to go? The reason why we usually don't accomplish what we set out to do is regression, is this pushback that we think it's external, but it's actually internal. It's that when we decide for a new goal, it's almost like we expand our container, and all of a sudden, all the beliefs, all the negative beliefs, all the fears, traumas even, other people's reactions, they come to life, and there are all these little voices saying, no, you cannot do that, that is scary, if you're gonna do that much, this and this is gonna happen, and what if it doesn't work? How about we just stay where we're at? And what I just described is the reason why we usually do not move toward the goal unless we have it clearly written down and big desire for it, a big why, and a big understanding that going back is not an option. So unless we have all these things really clear in our consciousness, it's really hard to achieve goals. Because at every step, every fear, every doubt, we have to think of the goal, we have to think of our why, we have to know why we're not going back. That is usually the reason why something really big, something really negative has to happen for a person to actually stop in their tracks and be like, listen, this is not working for me, and this is why it's not working for me, and this is the reason I'm moving forward, and this is the direction I'm going, no matter what. Those decisions are amazing if, you're kind of like at that point in life when that kind of happens to you and life kind of forces you to move on because nothing else is an option. But what about all the other moments in your life when the push from life is not that big, but you still would like to end up in a different direction where you're at? Maybe you have been procrastinating, maybe you have been stagnating, maybe you're looking around yourself and you're feeling like you're sitting at the same place, at the same space with same people, and no matter what kind of correction you do, it always kind of pulls you back and you are kind of losing hope over yourself and feel like this is forever gonna be the same. What about then? Well, now we come to this excellent method that they invented that we all have ability to use, which is a pen and a piece of paper. So when we write goals, and they can be long vision goals, shorter vision goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, and we look at this daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly, and we keep the eyes on the target. What happens is that we start making ticks. Accomplished, 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 accomplished. Not only are we starting to feel better about our abilities, but we are becoming a captain that is starting to turn the ship into the desired direction. Now you're gonna say to me, but I'm so tired. I come from work, I have tasks there, and when I come home, I want nothing else but rest. I wanna be pushed around by the wind and just aimlessly go. And I would like to say that's called rest. And there is time for spontaneity and relaxation and just being like a boat pushed around by the wind, or letting other people take decisions for you. That's great. But if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know what you want, if you don't know what your desire is, if you don't know what your heart is burning for, and if you don't have your big why, then what are you doing? Why are you here? Are your eyes glowing? Is your heart smiling? What's the reason you're not walking into the direction that your heart would be singing the song you were born for? And now you're gonna give me back the argument, yes, but I can't because of this and I can't because of that. Well, you know the stories of people who had everything against them, everything. And because of that, they made it out. There is one thing that none of us gets back, and that is time. And unless you're keeping your eyes on the target, unless you are trying to really feel what it is that would be your full expansion. Unless you're willing to fight for that, in a sense of aligning with that and removing the blocks preventing you from getting there, what are you doing? What are your options? In every moment of every day, you're either doing one of the things. You're either regressing or walking around in an already created pattern, or you're creating a new one. And if you want to create a new pattern, you need a plan. And even if that plan is little, it's still better than no plan. So if you want to achieve that big vision of yours, if you do want to taste life in its fullness, don't let the wind keep you in the harbor circling around Marina. Take the map, chart your route, and go. Nobody is here to save you. It's just you, pen, and paper. And once you know where you're going, everything around you is gonna become the wind that's gonna push you forward into that direction. But it's your choice. It's your path. And you can do it.